All right, welcome back to another episode of Code Podcast Classes. In today's video, we'll be discussing about Boyer-Moore algorithm, one of the most efficient string searching algorithm that uses clever heuristic to speed up the search process. So stay tuned as we explore its working, advantages, disadvantages, and how to implement it practically. So the first thing that we're going to start is with the definition, as always. So, by definition, the Boyer-Moore algorithm is a string searching algorithm that uses two key heuristics. So, one is bad character and the other one is good suffix. To skip sections of the text, making it faster than many other strings matching algorithm, especially for longer pattern. It performs the search by aligning the pattern from right to left. So it's pretty simple. There is no need for an extra kinds of explanation in the entire definition. So it's simple. It uses the two heuristic keys. One is a bad character, then there is the good suffix. And to search the stuff, it aligns the pattern right to left. Right? And then it just simply finds the pattern inside of a longer string. Basically, we already have a function for that available, but it is faster and it is used for large data sets when it comes to like implementing it in the real world. But we are going to just simply find it inside of a little good enough string. So now let's just move on to the advantages and disadvantages. Advantages. So fast for long pattern, as it can skip large portions of text, making it efficient for longer patterns. So as I've said earlier, that it skips the large portions of text, so it makes it really efficient when it comes to like searching large data. Like when you have genuinely really large hash key, you can search for patterns inside of it. Then you have the subliner time in many cases. So in the best cases, the algorithm does not need to check every character, achieving subliner text complexity. That is also an advantage. Then it is widely used. It is used in practical applications like text editor, search engine, due to its speed for the real world inputs. However, there are certain disadvantages to it also. So let's just take a look at them. So disadvantages: complexity. The first one, the two heuristics like the bad character and the good suffix adds the complexity to the algorithm because it makes it really complex as to implement that in the real world applications. If you were to sit down and actually implement the Boyer-Moore algorithm into any of your systems, then it makes it really complicated. It makes the system really complicated. Then there is the worst case performance. In the worst case scenario, it's time complexity that can degrade to O n into n. Through this happens infrequently, still, though it happens infrequently, still there is a huge chance that in the worst case scenario you might face the time complexity which can degrade to O into n, which is not a good thing for an algorithm or a system that you're building. So now that we've discussed about the advantages, disadvantages, and also the definition, we'll now look at the steps and then the pseudocode and then the practical implementation. So it's completed in 5 simple step process. The first one is pre-process the pattern using the bad character heuristic to determine how far the pattern can shift when a mismatch occurs. Step 2, pre-process the pattern using good suffix heuristic to handle cases when the mismatch occur at the end of the pattern. The step 3 is start matching the pattern from right to left. The step 4 is on a mismatch, use the large shift provided by either bad character or the good suffix heuristic. Then the last step is to continue shifting and checking until the text is fully scanned. Right? So now we can just go on to and look at the pseudocode. And once we look at the pseudocode, we'll start coding. All right. So here we have our pseudocode. First, we'll create a function called get Boyer-Moore. Then we'll have two arguments, text and pattern. Then we'll just simply pre-process the bad characters and good suffix tables, align the patterns at the start of the text while there is the text to scan, compare patterns from right to left, mismatch pattern occurs, shift pattern based on heuristic. If pattern matches, report the patch. That's pretty simple. That sounds pretty simple. So let's just do it into coding. All right, so we are back on our coding screen. So the first thing we'll create is a bad character heuristic function. Simple. So let's just do that real quick. All right, so we'll create an ASCII character set, assuming as extended, right? Then we'll have a for loop for our bad characters. Pretty simple. I return the bad char. Find the Boyer mode is going to be the main function in which we'll have two arguments, the text and the pattern. So the text, the length of the text will be measured by m, and the length of the pattern's length will be measured by m, and the text length will be measured by m. Then we'll simply just pre-process the bad character heuristics, right? So for that, we'll just call our bad character heuristic function and pass on the pattern and the length of the pattern. All right, so once we have that sorted, we'll use S, which is going to be the shift of the pattern with respect to the text. And then we'll create a while loop. Simple as that. All right. So it's done. Now we'll keep reducing the index j while the pattern and the text characters are matching. I will simply use an if condition. If the pattern is present in the current shift, then index j will be -1. Then we'll have the else part up here. Then what we'll do is just in the else part, we'll just shift the pattern. If this condition is not true, then shift the pattern. Right. Okay, it's pretty simple. Once we're done with that, we'll just simply, okay, just take it out. It's not inside of the while, it's inside of the above while. Perfect. Now we'll simply create a text and a pattern. So let's just skip that part real quick. So we have the text, we have the pattern, and now you can see we have the output. It's available at the index 4, 8, and 11. So this is how the Boyer-Moore algorithm actually works. So that is it for Boyer-Moore's algorithm. I hope you understood how its bad character and good suffix heuristic works to speed up the string search process. If you like the video, then please put on a like. If you dislike, then put on a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe for more algorithm tutorials like this. Till then, keep watching Code No Podcast classes.